Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name's Louise and this is Louise's Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. So it's the 21st I should say, of December, the shortest day of the year. Here I am in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and temperature here today is 18 degrees. So it's around 10 o'clock, and so at midday is usually the best time to gauge what the temperature is going to be, the peak temperature. It looks a bit overcast and I believe it's going to be raining soon. So what have I got in front of me? I've got custard apple, which they are in season now, in full swing. Everywhere you go in the markets we see this type of custard apple. So don't see the smoother variety, the cherimoya, but this is practically everywhere. And for Shams Gardening and Craft, you asked about the red version of this. I haven't been able to find any red ones. They might be out there in village areas, but for the sellers here in Dhaka, this is the only one that I've been able to find that's common. It's available everywhere. And this looks like a little bag of potatoes are in fact sapodillas. So these are the roundish type, or sort of like a tomato shape, and not all of these are ripe, so keeping them in the plastic bag to accelerate the ripening. My husband's already had quite a few, and got seeds saved in there, and there may not be enough time for these to germinate here, but I'm going to keep them moist to stop them from drying out, because that's the thing with the tropical seeds, is to harvest them and keep them moist. Don't let them dry out, otherwise they won't be viable. So yeah, it looks like I'll have quite a few sapodilla seeds when I return to England. If anybody wants some, sending, they might have better luck than I do with germinating them. So let's have a taste of this custard apple. I've had this variety many times. Well, I don't know what variety it is. They just call it custard apple, or atta is the name. Just have a taste. It's definitely ripe, very soft. Lots of seeds. I've already harvested. I've already had custard apple when I arrived, and I think the day or two after I arrived, I got a custard apple and had one. It was very nice. Very smooth, sort of slippery, not as grainy as, say, a cherimoya. Cherimoya's got a sort of a grainy texture. This one's very, I wouldn't say watery, but definitely liquidy. Well, in fact, I will say it is a little bit watery, so it might be that it's gone over. So it's not as sweet as I normally find with these, but pleasant. I think with any fruit, you let them go over, they don't taste the best. So although this is not unpleasant, a little bit watery. and not as sweet. Sweetness there, but excuse me, where are they? Take all the seeds out. Yeah, not as sweet as normal. So yeah, I think it's a little bit overripe, and that's why it's quite watery. Okay, so I'll put that to the side, and then let's have a look at the sapodilla. Right, so I come to the sapodilla, or shapada as they call it here in Bangladesh, and I think I probably need a knife to cut this open. It's not as soft. As I say, the rest of those are ripening in the bag, and my husband's already had a few of these, picked the ones that were ripe. Yeah, so it looks very much like a potato, and cousin of the mammy sapote. So if you've not seen the video on the mammy sapote, which was pretty big, about the size of a coconut, and the skin was thick on the mammy sapote, grainy, hard texture. This has got a smooth skin, as I say, very much like a potato, very thin. And yeah, I'm just going to get a knife and then cut that open. Right, so cut the sapodilla open, or the chiku, common name for it. And yeah, I think it's got that nice sort of orangey, sort of caramel brownish colour coming on there, and juicy. Look at that, 4 seeds in there. So I'll get to eating this. Might be better cutting that a little bit more, not eating it with the spoon, and just take a bite out of it. I think it's slightly underripe. Could do with maybe ripening a couple more days. It's not astringent, it's sweet. It's got textures a little bit firm, should be a little bit softer. Let's try that bit. This part is a little bit sweeter. Texture's sort of like floury, so fluffy. It's the only way I can describe it. Having just eaten a custard apple, which was a little bit watery, this tastes sweeter than that. And I think in normal circumstances, the custard apple would have been, you know, if it's peak ripeness, would have been sweeter. Right, so yeah, I'll try another one in a couple of days' time when they're a little bit sweeter, and obviously save the seeds and add them to the collection, bring them back as post Christmas gifts to anybody who wants sapodilla seeds. So please give this video a thumbs up and like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share with your friends. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.